ASMR Gaming News. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to ASMR Gaming News. Please hit that like button, sit back, relax, and let's begin. So, first piece of news this week is from Activision Blizzard. They're the developers behind Overwatch and the World of Warcraft games and StarCraft. Lots and lots of games are owned by Blizzard. They're an amazing development company. But this week they released some information that is kind of disappointing. So, Overwatch 2 has been confirmed to not be releasing this year. So, Overwatch 2 was planned to release in 2021, but I believe because of the delays with the current pandemic going around the world and everything, they had to push back on the, development of the game, and it is now delayed to next year, 2022. So, no Overwatch 2 game or anything about that releasing this year. So, that's a little disappointing. I was looking forward to Overwatch 2 this year. And additionally, they also said that the next Diablo game, Diablo 4, will not really be having anything this year whatsoever. So that has also been delayed. We shouldn't be getting any release trailers or anything for that this year either. So I guess we'll have to wait till 2022 for those games to even be talked about. But they announced some interesting news. Apparently they're planning on remastering older games and content, and that is planned for this year. Apparently, according to some leaks or things, they're going to be making remasters of some of their older Warcraft and StarCraft games for mobile devices, at least. That is what I've heard. So yeah, I have no idea what to think about that. We'll have to see how they do, but I know the community doesn't really like the iOS and mobile ports of classic games. Usually they are very frowned upon, but I wonder if they're going to be porting or remastering any older games that they've made to PC with better, graphics and things. Because if they do, that'll be kind of interesting if they do that with all their games. So that'll be exciting. Good news for Mass Effect fans this week. Mass Effect Legendary Edition got an insane trailer. The game is coming out in May this year, so in just a few months you'll be able to experience the complete Mass Effect collection or trilogy. Now, there are some things that should be said. So this trailer is in 4K. Go check it out. It's amazing. The detail in the character models look so good compared to the original games. I was actually surprised. They released some info that the PlayStation 5 versions of the game and Xbox Series X versions are going to be at 60 FPS, so extremely smooth games, and they're adding all the DLC content with the exception of one DLC mission from the first Mass Effect where you get very powerful weapons. Apparently, the source code for this one DLC for Mass Effect 1 was completely lost, and they were not able to recreate it because it would take such a long time. So they just removed that DLC. So even though this is Mass Effect Legendary Edition, it is not a complete edition because it is missing some DLC from the first game. But everything else apparently is included. So if you're a Mass Effect fan, or if you're someone that has never played a Mass Effect game, you should definitely keep an eye out on this Legendary Edition coming out in a few months. I really liked Mass Effect 2. The music in that game and characters and stories, very entertaining and exciting. Especially especially if you're into like sci-fi shooting RPG type games. Very, very good game. So people are excited about that. Apex Legends apparently is going to be coming out on the Nintendo Switch in March. At least that is what this article said. Let me check again. But yeah, if you love playing Apex Legends, they're actually going to be releasing a Nintendo Switch version, yeah, this March. So, apparently on the 9th of March is the estimated date for release for Apex Legends, but can you believe it? We have Apex Legends on PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox, PC, and now we're getting it on the Nintendo Switch. I just hope that it looks and runs well, because they must be geniuses to have put that game on the Switch. Imagine how it's gonna look. Maybe I should try it out when it releases. It'll probably be very easy to get some kills on there, since everyone will be new, just like me, to the game. But the community is excited for that. We got some news for Gran Turismo 7. So some news came out that Gran Turismo 7 is trying to provide like the best racing experience in the history of the franchise for PlayStation 5. They're going to try to make a return to traditional Gran Turismo. Some Gran Turismo fans have felt that since Gran Turismo 5 and 6 came out, that the series has kind of lost some of the magic of the original Gran Turismo games, like 1, 2, back on the PlayStation 1. So the developers want to recapture that kind of like style and love for racing in their upcoming Gran Turismo game. So I might actually check it out. I played a lot of Gran Turismo 5 and 1 and 2 back on the PlayStation 1, and this is a series that I always know about. I've played many hours of this series, and it's actually kind of like chill and enjoyable, so keeping my eye out on this upcoming PlayStation 5 one. It seems like they're gonna, return to form and really try to give the fans what they want, so I'm excited for that. Some news came out for Nintendo fans this week. Apparently, Astral Chain, a game developed by Platinum Games on the Nintendo Switch, is now a fully owned Nintendo IP. So this is kind of a first. People were thinking maybe Platinum Games, the developers, owned this game, but no. It's now confirmed that Nintendo completely owns Astral Chain, so maybe we'll see one of those characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That would actually be kind of cool if those characters ended up being like a DLC kind of character added to the game at some point in the future. Platinum's Hideki Kamiya, he's the director behind a lot of games there. He's currently working on Bayonetta 3. He basically told fans this week that we should forget about Bayonetta 3 for now, and news will come when it's ready. So, yikes. I'm a little bit worried about Bayonetta 3. I mean, if the director tells us to forget about it, maybe they're having some trouble with development. Maybe they postponed the game and they're waiting for a more powerful Nintendo Switch console to come out. There has been rumors of a Nintendo Switch Pro or Plus system. So maybe, maybe development is delayed right now. They're waiting for something more powerful to release their game on or something. But yeah, Hideki Kamiya basically said, forget about Bayonetta 3 for now. So I've been waiting for this game for such a long time. I love Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U. So this is actually a little disappointing. Like, I was really hoping for more Bayonetta soon. So guess we're gonna have to wait on that. The cloud gaming service Google Stadia had some really disappointing news this week. A lot of people were kind of perplexed about this, saying that it's a sign of bad things to come, but Google Stadia came out last year. Lots of mixed opinions. Some people said it worked well. Some people said it's a terrible idea. It'll be shut down quickly. But it's still going. Google Stadia is still going. But what Google basically did was they shut down the internal development for game studios within Google Stadia. So there will be no themselves. They completely shut down their division, their internal development studio for games on the Stadia. So a lot of people took this as being like almost like a final nail in the coffin, saying that if a company believes in a product, they're not going to shut down the studio that makes, items or games or things for that product, because if they do, it means maybe they don't have a lot of faith in what they're doing. So it is kind of disappointing to see Google Stadia die so quickly. Yeah, like it is disappointing, the whole situation. Some people said that apparently a few games were actually very, very close to being like completed, and it was just like completely shut down, and there's no news about what's gonna happen to these games. I guess they're just like canceled now, so that's just really, really sad for all the workers there on the team working on these Stadia games for months now, years possibly, and they'll never see the light of day, I guess. So yeah, just a really bad situation for Stadia this week. Interesting news for Nintendo though. So for the first time in a very, very long time, like 10 years or something, Nintendo is replacing its multiplayer online server system. So if you ever hate how the servers for your Switch games lag or kick you and stuff like that, well, maybe they're gonna get better, because Nintendo apparently is replacing its entire online multiplayer server system. This system was created back when the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U came out almost like 10 years ago. So they created a new online system after the Wii and DS had like the Nintendo Online Wi-Fi connection thing. I forget the name. If you played online on your Wii or DS, you know what I'm talking about. But Nintendo canceled that. They replaced it with a new kind of like Nintendo Online Network with the Wii U and 3DS, and even that wasn't that great. And now they're replacing it yet again with hopefully a more stable online system for multiplayer, and that's going to be for the Nintendo Switch now. So let's see if that actually improves the servers for Super Smash Bros. And Mario Kart and Splatoon. Because if it does, it's just going to be awesome. So I'm happy that Nintendo's finally kind of like replacing and upgrading their online multiplayer server network. That means games will probably be a lot faster, like online with low latency and things like that. Hopefully, I'm really hoping for that. Netflix came out this week to announce a new 3D animated Sonic series. So if you're a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, there's gonna be a new animated series on Netflix. It's gonna be called Sonic Prime, and the logo looks awesome. Like, it looks really, really good. We don't have like any idea when this is coming out, what it's going to be about. All we know is it's gonna be about Sonic, and it's a Netflix 3D animated series. So I'm excited. Some people are hoping that it's a little bit darker Sonic the Hedgehog series and less lighthearted like Sonic Boom. But who knows what we're gonna get. It might be really cool. Maybe, PG-13, PG content instead of being more of a G-rated, happy show for kids. We're gonna have to see, but yeah, I like Sonic the Hedgehog. I thought the last movie that came out was pretty good. So if they're making like an animated series, I think it'll be awesome. Hopefully it comes out soon, because I will definitely watch that. The recent Yakuza game, Judgement, is coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and Google Stadia on April 23rd. So people were really waiting for next generation versions of Yakuza Judgement. Apparently reviews and people playing this game have been saying very, very positive things about it. It's completely different from any other Yakuza game. The mechanics and battle system is changed. Apparently the story is really, really good though. I've been hearing very good things from fans of the series. So yeah, last generation versions came out, but people had to wait for the next generation edition, so we finally have a release date. We only have to wait like a few months, like April 23rd is very, very close, so that's exciting. More people will be able to play that game with their next generation systems now. In news that kind of like broke a certain fandom on the internet released this week, the Total War Warhammer 3 game got announced for PC this week, and that just completely blew up online. For those that don't know, the Warhammer franchise series is extremely popular online, especially for those deep in like the nerd and geek communities of gaming. So people have been really waiting for a new Total War Warhammer game, and this one got announced for PC. There's a kind of announcement trailer that came out. Looks very, very cool. I know for a fact that some ASM artists on YouTube will probably be checking that out, including a certain Icon Whisper. He's really, really into the Warhammer games, so I know for a fact he's definitely going to be playing this one. And honestly, I might give it a try too. It's coming out on the Epic Games Store and on Steam, so if you want to help me out and pick the game up when you buy it, use code ASMRGaming on the Epic Games Store. It helps me out, and honestly, I might check out this game as well. Probably play it on PC. Next, we got a trailer this week for a game that I've been excited for a while now. It's called Skatebird. So we have a brand new trailer for this. It's basically a bird on a skateboard. That is a game. It's a skateboarding game where your character is a bird and you actually do skateboarding tricks and stuff. It looks kind of awesome. Definitely go check out the trailer. It's called Skatebird, and it should be coming out this year unless it gets delayed. Honestly, it looks like a lot of fun. I really like skateboarding games, so I will be checking this out. Probably gonna play it on the channel. And lastly, Japanese composer Akira Yamaoka, he came out this week to tease a new game project that he's working on. And he said something really cryptic, like it's something that a lot of you have been expecting, or this is the one many of you have been expecting, or something like that. So it's something that fans really want. Now, for those that don't know, Akira Yamaoka, he is a composer for a lot of Konami games. He did the music for like Contra, for Silent Hill, and a lot of other games like Gradius and stuff like that. So if he's teasing a new project, there is a chance that he could somehow be involved with a new Silent Hill game. We've been getting massive Silent Hill rumors, like from news outlets in the gaming sphere for like a year or two now. So I feel like we're gonna get a Silent Hill announcement anytime this year, possibly. So this is just another hint at that. Hopefully it ends up being true. And yeah, that is all the video game news for this week. Thank you all for listening, for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. So long.